Oh, he has something new to say. Aljernon says, "You're in luck, I have a great many answers. What can you tell me about the adversary?" He raises an eyebrow. The shamanic idol, you mean? An unusual request. Why do you wish to know? It's a long story. Suffice to say that someone I know has dealings with the thing. It's my teammate Glory. She spent her youth as a member of an adversary cult. It was kind of a bad scene. I might as well tell him. He knows everything anyway. Interesting. He stands idle for a moment, considering. First, tell me what you already know. I would then do my best to fill in the gaps. Hey man, you're the one who knows about this stuff. Can't you just answer the question? No, cause he knows way too much. I was told that it is the embodiment of evil. The adversary is essentially a devil figure. Ah, I see. Very well, young human. I will tell you what I know. The adversary is the totemic embodiment of rebellion. It is an anarchist and a usurper, a betrayer and a symbol of defiance. It is a proud idol, utterly sure of itself and its mission. The majority of its followers are arrogant and cruel. Not the most pleasant of people, truth be told. That's contradictory. The totemic embodiment of rebellion. Anarchist and a usurper. But the guy set up a cult and made himself the unquestioned leader of that cult. That's not rebellion and that's not anarchy. That's the opposite of anarchy. He created a very structured system where he held absolute power. That said, the adversary can be interpreted in different ways, just as any idol or totem can. He offers you a half shrug. Some of its followers are worse than others. But they're all bad, right? Not necessarily. After all, rebellion can be a positive force if it is harnessed by the oppressed. If I wanted to topple an authoritarian regime, I could think of worse allies to have at my side. That said, trusting the adversary would be a mistake. It is a treacherous idol, and all of its alliances are temporary. Right, I don't know, it still sounds like bad news to me. This is not a world of absolutes, young human. I would not call the adversary evil any sooner than I would a more conventional totem like shark or bear. All can be destructive, yes, and cruel, but none are intrinsically so. Can be destructive and cruel, but none are intrinsically so. Right, basically what he's saying is, yes, the totem is anarchist and rebellious and treacherous, but it's the people who using the totem who really decide what the totem becomes. So it's glory. It's not the adversary. It was glory. So the adversary isn't what I've been told. The Christian tradition that much of Germany adheres to would argue that the adversary is Lucifer, yes. But many other traditions would disagree. You would do well to remember that you live in an oddity among six-world nations. Traditional religious iconography still permeates German culture. Is it any surprise that people here might lean towards viewing an idol like the adversary through a more traditional lens? No, I suppose not. Personally, I feel that calling the adversary a devil is an oversimplification of the truth. It is both more and less than Christian doctrine would have you believe. But this is a question for the philosophers. And now, young human, I have a question for you. Not a question, a request. I would like you to tell me about your friend's dealings with the adversary. I would like you to be thorough. It's a long story. He smiles. As luck would have it, I have nothing but time. I mean, I probably shouldn't tell. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't say anything. But it's Aljernon. Aljernon is special, right? Aljernon is not like other characters, right? Yeah, like normally the correct thing to do is like at least not without Glory's permission. But I'm gonna tell him because he's Aljernon. Only because it's Aljernon. Like some people, the rules don't apply, and the rules don't apply to Aljernon. Is what I'm saying. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna tell Aljernon. After hearing your story, the talismonger leans back in silent contemplation. Well, considering your friend's upbringing, it's no surprise that she views the adversary as a devil figure. She is interpreting her experiences through the lens that she was given. So what I'm getting from you is that she's oversimplifying things. I wouldn't tell her that. Indeed, I wouldn't attempt to dissuade her from her ideas at all. My interpretation may be different from hers, but that isn't to say that it's the right one. Alright, don't worry, I won't try to change your mind. I doubt that you could if you tried. The elf pauses, stroking his beard in quiet contemplation. The silence stretches for several seconds before he continues. I find this Harrow figure, the leader of your friend's old commune, to be deeply troubling. He is clearly a toxic shaman, working in the service of its own warped view of the adversary. Should we kill him? You want to come with me? We can kill him. You say that he serves his own view of the adversary. Don't idols care what their followers do in their names? What do you mean by toxic shaman? I'm unfamiliar with the term. It means the shaman's hurting people, man. What do you think toxic means? It means it hurts people. Don't idols care what their followers do in their name? To an extent, yes. The adversary wouldn't abide one of its followers attempting to bolster the strength of an authority figure, for example. But idols and totems can exhibit a broad range of behaviors, and men such as Harrow hide in the extreme ends of that range. Technically, his interpretation of the adversary is the adversary, but only the worst aspects of it. What do you mean by toxic shaman? In the magic community, a shaman is referred to as toxic when he twists his idol's principles in order to cause harm. Some toxic shamans are eco-terrorists, protecting nature with deadly force. Others are essentially rabbits slavering things that hunt and kill with wild abandon. I don't believe that Harrow fits into either category. From what you describe, he genuinely venerates the adversary, or at least his own view of what the adversary should be. And he has been rewarded with power for that devotion. He will make a formidable enemy should you choose to face him. I agree with your assessment. Harrow sounds like bad news. Bad news, yes, that's one way of putting it. Such men have been responsible for many terrible things in the awakened world, and they are not to be confronted lightly. Do you want to come along, Aljernon? You want to kill him? He'll be careful. I trust that you will. He inclines his head in a low nod. Best of luck to you and your friend both. See, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. Like, he's just trying to help. Aljernon, that's why you tell him stuff. Even secrets that friends tell you in confidence. Don't tell anyone else, but you can tell Aljernon, because Aljernon is not like anyone else. This guy. Alright, what are you selling? Can I get a spell? So Conjuring 5... Conjuring 5... Acid Bolt 3. He has Acid Bolt 3. We want a spell. Oh, I can't afford any of those. Spellcasting 6. No, here's... Spellcasting 4. Summoning 4. Conjuring 5. Right. Spellcasting 4 Flamethrower. A line of fire controlled by the caster and directed at one target. AP 1, cooldown 1, damage 20. Seems good, right? Flamethrower 2. Lightning bolt. Acid stream. Stun bolt. I mean, let's not look at the things I can't afford. So flamethrower does 20 damage. Glue heal wound 2. Spellcasting 5. Fireball 1. AP2. I don't want to have any AP2 stuff because I want to like... I think faster is better than just bigger. A cooldown 3 is no good. Flamethrower. I'm interested by the fact that Flamethrower 1, AP1 cooldown 1, damage 20. Cooldown is only 1, so like you can cast it every single turn. That's interesting, right? Let me confirm. I'm gonna buy that. Okay, now can I get another ESP? Not that I have any troubles with decking. Alright, Kami. They do have new stuff to say. Hey there, how have you been? Things are alright? Good, I hope that they stay that way. Let me know if they don't though, alright? I'm always up to help. For now, gotta help out more though. See you later, yeah? Okay, she doesn't have anything new to say. Not really. Alright, he just wants to sell coffee. Aljernon. Oh, I still haven't bought a new deck. A new deck, I mean. I'm never gonna buy a new deck. Programs 5, ESP is 2, Evasion 3. Life points. Oh, so this gives you more life points in the... Okay, I get it. Program. Shield 2, Sniffer... Wait, those aren't ESPs. Oh, ESPs are consumable? I don't have enough money for this. Execute Exploder ESP, Attacker ESP. So I have an Attacker ESP, right? What is an Assassin ESP? Let me sell something. Flashbang Grenade. Alright, let me sell... and let me get an Assassin ESP. Alright, cool, that's all my money. Let's go talk to Paul and the others. Well, before I do that, let's go touch the computer, because this gives me more money actually. New messages, one last DVD. Hi again, SCKC. Well, I've recovered one last DVD for you, but I'm afraid that's all you're gonna get. You might as well use the rest as coasters, they're all beyond repair, alright. If you look on the table beside your DVD player, you'll find a disc that is salvaged. She pauses, a slight frown crosses her face. To be completely honest, that was a lie. To recover this last disc, I was forced to subcontract. Shrotty is still a brute of a man. I'm unimpressed with his manner, and his poor hygiene disgusts me. But he is very good with old things such as this. All credit where it's due. The message ends and the image fades. You find yourself back in your inbox. Alright, we have one more DVD to look at. I might do that before I do anything else. Jobs directory. Claim payment for the farmer cleanup. You submit the job is finished and await your client's response. A few months later, a message pops onto the screen. Here fucks to SCKC. An excellent job, Mr. Casey. You are a credit to your profession, and I will not hesitate to hire you again. Your fee will be transferred to your account immediately. Fax. A moment later, a second message pops into your inbox, your payment details. Alright, we got 15,000. The crew is 4,000. Ammunition is 1,000. Alice funds 7,500. I get 2.5. Oh, I get it now. The mission. Glory was disturbed by the dwarf because the dwarf was out of control and torturing people for fun. And Glory would have become that person if she continued to work for the adversary. I think is what it was meant to be. But the story just wasn't very well written. I don't have anything. Please help me find my daughter. Please help me find my daughter. She ran away from home. She is human, in her early 20s with short blonde hair and data jack. She was last seen wearing a light blue dress. This is not exactly the place to be looking for missing kids. How did you even get in here? I paid good money to get on here. I was told you people could help. You need to make a contract. If you've got the new yen, you came to the right place. I sent you a number that you can reach me at. The old help me find my missing kid routine, a classic. My money is on escaped wage slave. Make sure you do your homework, Ruby. No more posts. Alright, corp tracers. Anyone have a good backup plan for when you get stuck with a tracer? Barely managed to bug out of my apartment after a corp hit squad came knocking. Lesson learned, pat yourself down a couple of times and make sure you don't have a tail. But if I miss something, I'd rather keep my safe houses, you know, safe. I've had good luck with RF blockers. I have a jamming grid set up near my safe house. It projects any signals to a few miles away where I've got some cameras placed. So when someone shows up there, I know they were trying to find me. Then I do a thorough sweep to find the tracker. Sharp. How long does that go on before they give up? Usually rule of threes. I keep reprojecting the signal to different locations. In my experience, to give up after the third one is a dead end and stop listening to that RF signal. Alright. I don't have any paid data, right? Nope. Oh, maybe there was paid data in the Remember in the last mission I didn't knock out the guys? I didn't deck in. Maybe there was paid data in that hacking site. Alright, let's have a look at the DVD. I know the team's right here. Let me just watch some DVDs while my team wait for me. Alright, fourth DVD. Track 1. The DVD player ramps up to speed, filling the air with a shrill whirring sound. Green Winter's face appears on the screen. The timestamp on the video reads 2050-428. This is it, the interview. Took some digging to find it, but here it is, my big brother, back in his prime. The note disappears, and for a moment, the screen goes blank. Suddenly, image of a news correspondent flashes onto the screen, accompanied by a brief orchestral flourish. A timestamp on the upper right corner of the screen reveals a date, August 22, 2012. Thank you for joining us. We are coming to you live from the ruins of Sangerhausen, the 5th Hertz mountain town to be sacked by the dragon Feuerschwinger. Standing by my side is the head of DO Defense, Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Dr. Vauclair has been hailed as a leader in the effort to bring down Feuerschwinger and end her reign of terror. Dr. Vauclair, tell us about your efforts to bring down the dragon. Killing the monster has proven difficult, to say the least. Her speed and maneuverability in the air are extraordinary. Her scales repel small arms fire, and her breath can melt steel. Our R&D teams have been working around the clock to devise a weapon capable of downing the beast. In the interim, we are providing material support for the Luftwaffe's attempt to shoot her down via conventional means. I mean, you'd think a few missiles would do the trick. Here, Vauclair, why are you directing DO Defense's energies to the killing of Feuerschwinger? Are there corporate interests at play in this? Corporate interests? No, this is a matter of human interest. Innocent lives are being extinguished at an appalling rate. I am in a position to help put an end to the slaughter, and so I must. It's really that simple. I mean, you could... I mean, dead people don't buy things, alright? Dead people make bad customers. Dr. Vauclair, you must understand my skepticism. Our viewers aren't looking for a PR statement. They come to us for the true... I'm afraid that I don't have time to go back and forth on this. Your viewers can think whatever they wish. My concern is in helping the people affected by this tragedy. That's why you were fired, Adrian. In that case, Dr. Vauclair, I thank you for sharing your valuable time with us. You're very welcome. To the viewers at home, stay safe and watch the skies. Salvation is coming, I hope. I promise. Again, that was Dr. Vauclair, CEO of DoD Defense. Dr. Vauclair is the chief architect of the military's current plan to bring down the Dragon Fearswinger. Stay tuned for more late-breaking news on the battle for Hertz Mountain. We'll be right back.